All the president is trying to do is implement the will of the people. And they're trying to stop the will of the people through judicial trickery. And in fact, in general, there is a huge problem with activists that are actually politicians in judges' robes. And that needs to stop. It's undermining the integrity, the reality, and the perception of the integrity of the legal system of the United States. And these fake judges should be ashamed of themselves. They're just pretending to be judges, but they're making the law instead of implementing the law. It's wrong.
Yes.
Today, we're diving into a story that's shaking up America's political landscape, straight from an exclusive Fox News interview with Elon Musk. The billionaire isn't just talking tech or cars this time. He's sounding the alarm about a Supreme Court race in Wisconsin that he says could tip the scales of power in Washington. This isn't some distant issue. It's happening right now and the stakes couldn't be higher. Musk is throwing his weight behind conservative candidate Brad Schimel in this election. Why? Because this race isn't just about a judge's seat. It's about who controls the U.S. House of Representatives. Republicans currently hold a razor-thin majority, and Wisconsin's congressional districts hang in the balance. If Democrats win this seat, they could redraw the maps, flip 2 seats their way, and take the House. That's a game changer. Musk warns it would unleash a flood of hearings and subpoenas, grinding President Trump's agenda to a halt. Remember, Trump won the popular vote in 2024 alongside Republican control of Congress. This election, Musk says, could undo that mandate through what he calls judicial trickery. Let's step back and look at the history here. Wisconsin's been a battleground for years. In 2011, Republicans redrew the state's districts after taking control, locking in an edge that's kept them dominant ever since. Democrats cried foul, calling it gerrymandering, and they've been fighting to flip the script. The state Supreme Court's the key. It's already shifted left in recent years, and a liberal win tonight could cement their power to remap the state. Real-world example? Look at Pennsylvania in 2018. A Democratic-leaning court redrew districts, and Republicans lost seats in the next election. Wisconsin could be next. Musk isn't stopping at the judge race. He's also pushing a ballot measure to lock voter ID into Wisconsin's constitution. He calls it essential for election integrity, a nod to debates that have raged since the 2020 election. Supporters say it stops fraud. Critics argue it suppresses votes. Either way, it's a lightning rod, and it's on the table today. Musk's urging every Wisconsinite to vote, even register on the spot, because this thing's tight. He says it could come down to 0.5%, maybe even a single voter. That's how close it is. The interview took a wild turn when Musk tackled other hot-button issues. He dropped a bombshell about massive Social Security fraud, claiming someone stole 400,000 numbers and arrests are coming soon. He's frustrated that the wheels of justice move too slow, but he's got a point. Fraud like that hits everyday Americans hard. Think about the 2017 Equifax breach. 147 million people exposed. This could be another gut punch. Musk also went after fake charities, calling them money laundering fronts for Democrats, with a few Republicans in the mix to keep things quiet. He says billions are funneled through these groups. It's a bold claim, and if true, it's the kind of corruption that makes your blood boil. Then there's Tesla. Musk revealed a wave of violence targeting his company. Cars torched, bullets fired into dealerships, swastikas scratched into paint. He's furious, calling it domestic terrorism aimed at innocent people. He points the finger at organizers bankrolling these attacks, hinting at a RICO-level crackdown. Think back to the 1980s, when the feds used RICO to take down mob bosses. Could we see that here? Musk says they know who's behind it, and Attorney General Pam Bondi's on the case. This isn't just about cars, it's personal, and it's ugly. He also faced tough questions about his role in government cuts. Through DOGE, his efficiency task force, he's slashing agencies that have tangled with his companies, like Tesla, which still rakes in billions in subsidies. Critics call it a conflict of interest. Musk fires back saying, everything's transparent, every move posted online. He admits mistakes happen, but claims he's under too big a spotlight to hide anything shady. It's a fair point. The guy's every step gets dissected. Still, it's hard to ignore the optics when your companies keep cashing government checks. Musk wrapped up with a plea to viewers. This Wisconsin race, he says, isn't some small potatoes deal. It's about stopping activist judges from bending the law to kill the will of the people. He's blunt. These fake judges should be ashamed. His message? Call your friends, your family, your neighbors in Wisconsin. Get them out there. This could shape America's future. So, what's the takeaway? This election's a pressure cooker. Power, corruption, and violence all colliding. Wisconsin's not just a state on the map today. It's ground zero for a fight that could ripple across the country. Stay tuned, because we'll be watching how this plays out.